my cup with some Java love. Sit on down, let's talk it up. I know some laughing lattes.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Life and Lattes with Liv and Cole. I'm Liv.
And I'm Cole.
So, today we've got some things we're talking about naturally, because this is a podcast.
Who invited Miss Obvious over here? I couldn't help myself. I almost called you Mr. Obvious. I was like, that doesn't make sense.
Rude.
It just depends on what you identify as.
On today's episode, we're going to be talking about the Enneagram test, which you've not heard of before, right?
Nope.
We have some differences that I asked you guys about on Instagram this week between you and your significant other. Got some really funny responses there. Love it. And then we will be touching on a couple of topics, he versus she, which is what we kind of, initially talked about doing. But now we've got some topics that we wanted to kind of roll through.
Yeah. Gonna talk about how bros are the best.
Yeah, no.
Tell them what we're drinking today, Liv.
Yeah.
Got us some new coffee.
We did. So
Always good, too.
Just Brew Coffee in Ohio sent us some coffee, and it's delicious.
It's actually really good.
It
ranks probably, I think we probably only had 5, so I'll say it ranks in the top 3 that we've had so far.
I agree. It's up there. It's
good.
Tasty. It is.
What creamer did you put in today?
I just did a basic French vanilla.
Okay. This
basic.
It's a great combo.
Yeah. It
says something about full body on there, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's
full body nudity. This is good.
Yes.
You can taste that though. It definitely has it's got a good flavor.
Yeah, it really
I'm
does.
Very happy with this.
I did very little creamer in it so we could kind of really get the taste of it and do it justice. But it's called Bali Blue Moon. Bali? You think it's Bali?
Let me see. I didn't even read what
up here.
Where's that? Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you're probably right. Probably Bali.
Bali Blue Moon. I'm so sorry if we are butchering that.
Probably.
But we'll have a picture naturally on our Instagram so you guys can actually see it.
Do you think any of these people actually listen?
The people that
send us coffee?
I don't know.
Yeah, I would hope so. We should send them a link. Be like, hey,
Here you go.
We talked about you in this episode.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Maybe we'll get a listen.
Right? Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good. So this coffee, the notes that are on it says, loved by full-flavored coffee drinkers. Our heavy-bodied Bali Blue Moon roast shows off a distinct taste and offers a subtle sweet finish. Boom.
Which is...
To a T.
Yeah.
It's delish.
Great tasting notes.
Thanks for Just Brew for sending that to us.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all.
Love it. Speaking of Just Brew Coffee, they also sent us some coffee for a giveaway.
Yeah.
Pew, 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 pew. I'm just going to bring that in every episode.
Liv has put together quite the nice little goodie bag.
Yeah, I dig it. So we've got... I don't know. Should we tell them or should we just wait till it's posted?
I think we should wait till it's posted.
Okay.
We know there's a bag of coffee in there now.
Yes.
So one thing, there you go. That's
obviously.
all you get.
So it'll be posted this week. So stay tuned for details on how to enter and how to win. Mm-hmm. We're stoked. Thanks for listening, guys.
Do not want to miss out on this because
I
both of us would steal
this basket. I wanted to keep it for myself.
Yes.
I was texting Cole and I was like, I kind of want to keep this for myself. Not going to lie.
That's fantastic.
So just look out for that. And thanks for listening, following along.
Yes.
This is for you guys.
Tell your friends because, that basket's going to be baller and it is definitely not going to be the only one we do this year.
No, it is not. It's going to get better each time, I think.
Oh, yeah. One day it's going to be 2 baskets. And it's going to be 3. It's going to be a box.
It's going to be a box.
It's going to be a
We're
keg full of
We're
coffee.
going to give away a car.
Yeah.
You get a car. You get a car.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Fine print. No car will be given away.
Yeah. Maybe a Hot Wheels.
There you go. Right?
If it's a coffee bean on wheels.
It's like the Oscar Mayer wiener, but it's just a coffee bean.
Oh, that's great. With our sticker on the side.
Boom.
Love it. Cool. All right.
So I guess Liv's got some questions for me.
I do. just thought we'd start it out a little bit different. We've got some funny would you rather questions on the episode today, but they're funny ones, I think. So, are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. Would you rather lose all of your money and valuables or all of the pictures you've ever taken? And I thought this one was a good one for you because we're very like picture, video.
Dang, okay.
Oriented.
That's a really tough one.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, because like, I know, I mean, you know this just as well as anybody, but all of my friends are like, you're the picture, whatever you want to call it, the picture master, whatever. If you say anything, I'm like, oh yeah, and I can just dial the picture up real quick, and then there it is.
Yep,
so, and
same.
I have a lot of blackmail, so just saying. But yeah, my pictures go back really far.
Yep.
Shoot. Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably have to give up the money and stuff.
Really?
I mean, gosh, my pictures, I have so many. That would be like heart-wrenching to lose all my pictures.
It really would.
Google.
I mean,
Don't lose my pictures.
you have all your pictures, but now you don't have a home.
That's okay. Too bad the pictures are digital. I can't burn them for firewood.
Then you're
don't
out
have
on
nothing,
everything. You don't have a house or
That's a
your
tough one.
pictures.
Could I restart? I could still take more pictures afterwards, right?
Yeah.
I just have to get rid of all the ones I've already taken.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's hard. I don't think I can get rid of my pictures.
All right. So
I could
you're
restart on my
homeless, but
valuables
with your
too.
pictures.
Yeah, you know.
Like swiping on your phone. Like,
I don't
this
have
is
that
the
much.
house I used to have.
I don't have that much to give up.
Okay, that one's good. Okay.
That's a tough one. Good question.
Yeah, this one's weird, but I was like, this is kind of funny. Would you rather have hands that kept growing as you got older or feet that kept growing as you got older?
Dang.
So, bigger hands, bigger feet.
So I could either be E.T. or like Ronald McDonald. So that's a tough one.
You could really just move into a career of being a clown, you know, if you had the whole like
I know,
big feet
right?
thing.
Yeah, what do you do with
On
your
the
big
side,
hands?
it's a side hustle.
Like, I guess I could be like an alien in like every movie.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, but how fast? How fast would they grow? I
don't know.
I'm saying by the end of my life, would I have like 6 foot long fingers? You know, my fingers would just drag on the floor as I walked around.
Thing ever. So weird.
I'll probably have to say feet. I think you can get away with that.
I think so
You know
too.
what I mean? It's not like they make like gloves for extra large
Yeah.
hands.
It would make
I
it
could
would
probably
make
find
a lot
shoes.
of
I could find all the things. I
yeah.
need.
It would make every day a lot harder with 6 foot
That's
long
what I'm thinking.
fingers.
Yeah,
It's the creepiest thing I've ever envisioned.
I know. I'm
All
out on
right.
that.
Okay, moving along. This one's weird. Would you rather be a reverse centaur or a reverse merman?
Dang, that
See,
would be so weird. A
so-
fish with feet. Fish with feet or a horse with a dude's butt. I'm picturing this in my head. And I'm like trying.
A horse with a dude's butt.
I'd probably have to say the centaur just because I really would rather not live in the sea.
I'd rather have a horse head.
Yeah.
Although, would it be like top heavy and you'd be like falling over all the time?
I'd hope that my butt and my legs would be proportionate. Maybe it'd be a smaller horse head. You know, could be a mini horse.
Okay.
How far would it go
pony.
down?
A pony.
Would I just, right? Wouldn't it be, I would have 2 horse legs and a horse head with like horse shoulders, right?
Yeah,
And
because I guess a centaur is like the upper torso of a
Right.
of a human.
Yeah, so I just have a
So
human
you would
butt
have-
and legs.
That's it.
I'd like everyone,
would you
wherever
be-
you're listening, wherever you're sitting, whatever you're doing, I just want you to picture just yourself with horse torso.
But hold on, because a centaur has the like 4 legs of a horse, right?
Oh, shoot.
So would you have?
Would I have 4 horse legs and 2 dude legs? So would I have 6 legs with a dude butt?
I don't know, but the fact that you keep saying dude butt.
What else do you want? I mean, there's a difference.
I mean, I agree.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to be, trying to give everyone a nice picture.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, I don't know.
Dang, I'll still take that one.
All right,
My biggest deciding factor there is I'd rather live on land than in the sea.
All right.
I could keep most of my friends.
I've got two more. Yeah, I have 2 more questions for you.
2.
This
Do it.
one
Do it.
is, I was like, oh, this is a good question for Cole.
Great.
Would you rather have a completely automated home or a self-driving car?
Oh, automated home.
Knew it.
I like driving my car.
Okay.
There are some times, don't get me wrong, like stuck in traffic or, just one of those days where you didn't feel like leaving the house anyways. I would totally take the home before the car.
Oh, it's tough. I feel like I would take the car.
But see, are we talking about taking like a self-driving car with current technology? Because I'm out on that. We're not there yet.
No, I mean...
We are not there yet.
No, I think like...
Multiple people have died. I'm out.
Oh my gosh. No, not like that. Jeez, you
saying.
don't have to turn it that way.
I'm saying hook me up with a Tesla. I fall asleep because it's driving by itself and I end up dying in a fiery car accident. I'm out.
Oh my God.
You know?
All right, here we go. I've got a last one here for you.
I feel like you saved the best for last, and this is gonna be a
No,
lot.
it's
Okay.
just it's gonna be really hard.
This is a family podcast.
I know I had to narrow down some of the questions.
I think it's more PG-13, but that's okay.
Yeah, parental guidance
Right.
is advised.
Would be nice.
Wait, is that the parental guidance?
Yeah, no, you're
Okay.
right. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, PG, parental guidance.
Okay.
13,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Would you rather use eye drops made of vinegar or toilet paper made of sandpaper?
Oh, definitely the first one.
The eye drops?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for sandpaper toilet paper.
No, because like, I mean, if you did the eye drops, yeah, your eyes will be red for a little bit, but you can make it through the day. Like otherwise, I'm gonna be walking around look like a stick up my butt, because I'm just like, ooh, sandpaper.
Yeah,
I mean, what grit
but-
we talking?
I mean, what grit are
Like a
we
fine grit, or like we talking like it's that rough stuff?
I think it's...
Because I've used some horrible toilet paper in my life.
I mean, I feel like it would have to be like the rough, because if it's fine, it makes it
Yeah, I'm
a
still
little
saying.
bit, you would still say vinegar in the
Oh
eyes?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Give me vinegar in the eye any day.
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
But also, like, if you ever just, have a rough situation in the bathroom that needs some extra attention, I mean, the sandpaper is just really going to clean it up for you.
No way. Sandpaper is bad on many levels. You could have a lot of issues. Just saying. Think that out, Liv. That'd be bad. Probably drawing blood, just saying. I'm saying eventually. Like, what happens if you have like a 3-year day? Like, you got to go like 3 times at least at a minimum.
Oof.
Boom,
It's
you're
all
done. I'm
sensitive.
sorry, you're done.
Dunzo.
What are you going to do?
Just not wipe.
Ooh, that's worse. Oh, don't be that person, right? Skitties? No.
Oh my gosh.
No. Then you have to deal with that. No.
Okay.
It's
a tough.
I get it, but
It's a tough
That's why you got to
question.
break it down. I
All
mean,
right.
some people might be going TMI. I'm just saying you got to break it down so you know what you're
Yeah.
picking. You can't just be like, this, and then one day you're gonna
well,
find
then
out.
then
like,
you're there.
I
You
gotta be
have
honest
no
with you.
option.
I don't think I've ever used eye drops.
I can eye drops freak me out. I don't like watch people putting in eye drops. I don't like the whole contact situation.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me.
The whole it makes my eyes water instantly.
Just even thinking about it.
Yes.
See, I have a mouth issue. Eyes don't bother me. It's the mouth, the human mouth. It just
Okay.
like teeth. Ugh.
Yeah.
Like I don't like the dentist. None of that stuff.
Yeah.
Pass.
All right.
Pass.
I decided that's not my last one.
Oh, okay.
Because
okay.
I want to end on a more lighthearted one because sandpaper on your butthole just doesn't sound good. So
I agree.
Here
I
we
agree.
are.
Thanks for spelling that out.
Sorry.
That's gonna be
Should I say
Sand-
beehole?
sandpaper, toilet paper, and whatever else we talked about today. Like that's gonna be. No one's gonna listen to this episode.
No, that's not going to be the title. Okay. Would you rather have to announce to everyone around you that you have to fart or pee your pants daily?
Oh, a fart.
Like every time you fart, you
Yep.
have to announce it to everyone.
Yeah, because I can hold it in.
What if
So,
you're
I
like
just
working
hold it
with
in.
clients?
I feel like you can explain that. You can explain your way out of that more than you can explain the fact that you just peed yourself. Like that's bad. I'm
How
just
are you
saying.
going to explain it? Like I was given a would you rather and I have to.
I have to announce it.
I have to-
just be honest with people. Be like, look.
But you could still say that
But see, the thing
with
is, like I
peeing
said,
your
I would,
pants.
yeah, but like again, I would just hold all my toots in.
Yeah, but that's not. You can't. It's not.
okay.
It's not an option.
Oh, okay. Well, even if I couldn't, I'd still be like, look, I gotta fart real bad. Okay, it's about to happen. I'd be like,
Listen,
I promise it won't stink. Like, let's rock and roll.
let's rock and roll.
Lock it down.
Oh, lock it down. All right, those were some good ones. That was
Man,
that
I
was a
hope
good
that our listeners
start.
enjoy toilet humor because that's like we like it.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Makes us laugh.
Yeah.
That's because we're like 13-year-old middle schoolers.
I was gonna say, I hope your 8-year-old's listening to this because pretty sure my 5-year-old would dig our episodes.
Oh
Daddy.
my gosh! All right, so
Liv made me take this stupid test.
I
No, I'm just
did.
kidding.
So
Had never heard of it, but I figured it was on the list of things, and I don't like to disappoint.
good.
Just
I'm
saying.
glad. So it's kind of like similar to like the 5 love language tests that you take. So it's kind of like a personality sort of thing.
Yeah.
So this is more of like a personality test rather than obviously your love language.
Right.
So they have numbers 1 through 9, and you are one of those numbers, and then it like gives a description of what you are.
Each number has a different type.
So on the count of 3, we're both going to say our number, and then we'll kind of like describe briefly what it is.
I printed it out so I can do like a synopsis.
I had Brad take it once.
Okay.
And I think it's good for couples to take it because then you can kind of see.
What was he?
I'll tell you in a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You just let me know when you want to go.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 7. Okay.
Okay,
We're
I
we're
like
different.
that.
Okay.
Totally
I
different.
kind of thought that maybe we would be the same a little bit.
I thought so too. What was
Okay.
Brad?
Brad was a. Hold on. I think he was a 6.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Like 6 and a 3.
Okay. Yeah, it's like a 1 and a 2.
Okay. Okay. So
Mostly
what's
a
a
1.
1?
I read the 1 and I was like, oh, okay. Here, I can probably read like the first little paragraph here.
Oh wait,
and
no,
it'll
I
make
think he
sense
was.
to me.
I don't remember now.
I think Audrey was a 2.
I had like 7 was my top, and then like I had a little bit of 2,
Okay. Yeah.
which I can tell. Okay, go ahead. Give us a little bit of rundown of
Gosh.
what is a 1.
So a type 1 is called the reformer. And they have a little bit here in bold at the top. It says perfectionist, responsible, fixated on improvement.
Yeah.
And the minute I read that, I was like, okay, we're going in the right direction.
Yep.
So here's like the first paragraph here. It's small. So it says people of this personality type are essentially looking to make things better as they like nothing, or they think nothing is ever quite good enough. This makes them perfectionists who desire to reform and improve, idealists who strive to make order out of the omnipresent chaos. And it says something about ones who have a fine eye for detail. I'm telling you what, there's 1, 2, 3,
I'm
4,
telling
5.
you
So there's like
what.
6 paragraphs here. And as I read through the whole thing, there was nothing that I disagreed with.
Yeah.
Like I was actually pretty surprised.
It's really weird, huh?
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
So what's up? What's yours? Because I didn't even read any other ones. So
So, number 7 is the enthusiast.
okay, I like it already.
So, my first paragraph says, people of this personality type are essentially concerned that their lives be an exciting adventure. 7s are future-oriented, restless people who are generally convinced that something better is just around the corner. They are quick thinkers who have a great deal of energy and who make lots of plans.
Sounds
Yes.
about right. Sounds about right.
They tend to be extroverted, multi-talented, creative, and open-minded. They are enthusiasts who enjoy the pleasures and senses and who don't believe in any form of self-denial.
Do you no self-denial, huh, Liv? Just take it all. Just whatever. Give it to me.
So, like, the parts that stood out to me for sure, extroverted.
Yep, for sure. Multi-talented,
and
creative.
Who makes lots of plans.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's cool though.
Yeah.
I
and
never
then,
heard of it, so that's
like the number 2 that was my oops, sorry. Just hit the microphone. The number 2 for like, I don't know, they give you like percentages
Yes.
on where you kind of like rank. My second one was number 2,
it's
which
like
is
helpful or whatever.
It's like more of the I lost it now. One moment.
It's kind of more like the empathetic.
Yeah, like the caring,
Yeah.
like nurturing.
Yeah, because that was
side.
Audrey.
Yeah, which is for sure
Totally.
her.
I think she's sleeping.
Yeah, she's asleep.
Oh, never mind.
But yeah, like I can be really extroverted and like full of energy, but I also have that like really like sensitive, nurturing side of me. And I was like, yep, that's right. True
Well,
that.
I'm gonna get you some more coffee.
Oh, you the best.
Just trying to be a gentleman.
Thanks, appreciate it. So kind of along with that, kind of being different than your significant other,
Yes.
I had asked people on my Instagram today this week of some things that differ between you and your significant other, or like little quirks or things that annoy you about them and what annoys them about you.
Yep.
So I just kind of wanted to read through some of those really quick because they were pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear these because I saw it come by and I don't think I've ever answered any of your things. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to be a cool friend and co-host and answer these questions. And so I answered them.
Okay.
You're more than welcome to read my answers. I really don't care.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so this was a girl, said, I'm such a homebody and he loves to go out, but we compromise to make each other happy. Do you guys differ there?
That's us for sure.
Yeah.
Like don't get me wrong. I like being at home too, and it's been like different after the move because like home feels a lot better. Yeah. Not sharing with a roommate or anything like that, so it's nice. But she is definitely more of like, let's make something at home, or let's just be us, and blah blah blah, which is great. I'm not complaining at all. Yeah. But then I'm like, let's go to dinner and a movie, and like go get a drink somewhere or whatever. Like that's but that's our personality in general,
right?
I'm the extrovert, like I need to talk to people, need to be sociable, and she's like, can we just like chill, just us, and just like watch a movie
and like don't talk to each other. This one I thought was funny. This girl said, my boyfriend never shuts the dresser drawers. Is something that annoys her, which is that's funny.
Can't shut the drawer.
Yeah.
That would drive me nuts, by the way.
Something that annoys somebody else. She said when he leaves his wet towel on the bathroom floor instead of hanging it up.
Would drive me equally as nuts as well.
Oh man.
I know. I'm sure everybody knows this now that I said I'm a perfectionist.
Yes. Clean freak.
And I'm sorry, but if you leave your wet towel on the floor, eventually it will smell. And if they smell, it's hard to get it out of it.
It's true.
And it's just a pain.
It's not wrong.
Usually there is a rack of some sort to hang your towel on, or over the top of the shower. And I'm sorry, but if you fold it before you hang it up, it won't dry the same either. No. You got to leave it open. Yeah. Another pet peeve of mine.
This is funny. A guy responded and says, when she answers your question with a question.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Brother.
Oh, that's funny.
I feel like, she'll answer the phone and be like, hey, what's up? And she's like,
what's up with you? Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So,
I don't know. I just asked you.
Where you want to go out to eat? I don't know. Where do you want to go out to eat?
Oh my gosh. We shouldn't even get into that. Okay. We could fill the time. So
make a quick U-turn away from that.
Yes, please. E-break.
This one
I'll get in trouble if we start talking about that one.
I had two people respond something pretty similar. She said, we have completely different approaches to everything. He's logical versus me being emotional, which this is a broad stroke.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
But I feel like that's a lot of times guys versus girls. Yeah. Because girls do tend to be more emotional. Yeah. That's not to say that's the same case that girls can't think logically. Yes, okay. Disclaimer. Don't come at me. All right.
Please. We understand, like she said, we're painting with a broad brush here, but it's okay.
If you come after me, I will fight back.
Usually that's the case. I mean, that's just all there is to it. Yes. Yeah. And that's the way it's supposed to be. Even each other out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
Perfect.
Sometimes I wish I could be a little less logical, to be honest with you. It'd be a little bit more fun. You know what I mean? To just be like,
more
okay. Yeah.
Spontaneous, go with the flow.
The word that comes to mind is lackadaisical.
Oh my gosh. Brad uses that word all the time.
To reference you?
Dead serious. No, I just yes, I guess. Oh
I can see it sometimes, yes.
Yeah. This one I thought was funny, of something that annoys her about her man. Squeezes the toothpaste tube like the Hulk crushing a car.
Just
right and instead of squeezing from the bottom upwards. I'm not gonna lie, that's me. I just squeeze right in the middle.
I do too.
I don't think it's that big of a deal.
I get it. I mean, there are some things,
and then you can then you can just squeeze it back up after you like put the lid back on.
Yeah. It's the part that's got the most grip on it, you know?
It's true.
It's all good though. I get it.
I thought that one was kind of funny though, the way that she
that's funny. I would have never,
described that.
It's the little things, I'm telling you.
Let's see. So then my other question was, what's something that annoys your significant other about you? Somebody said, I sing all the time and my laugh is super loud. Oh, that's good. That is good. Cole responded to this one and said, I guarantee my insane level of cleanliness drives her nuts, but she's too sweet to admit it.
Yeah, which is the truth. Because I mean, it would drive any normal person insane. If there's something about it, like, I don't know. If I see something on the floor, I like bend over, I'll pick it up. Like, I'm talking like a crumb. We're talking about crumb level. You know? Like, I vacuum multiple times a week. 2-3 times a week. Just, it drives me crazy. There's something about it. And the nice thing is now that I have the place to myself, like there's a part that gives me satisfaction during the day that I know that when I leave and I come home, it's going to be the same way when I come back.
Yeah.
Which I love.
That's fair. I mean, it makes sense.
I'm better now than I used to be though, which says a lot, but I'm trying to lighten up a little bit.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Because it's hard. Because nothing will ever be perfectly clean. That's the hard part.
No, just sometimes you have to go with the flow. I
know. It's hard for me.
Loosen up, Tin Man.
Loosen up, Tin Man.
Oil in the hinges. And then one more for this, and then we can go on. Somebody said, I can't have collective thoughts. My brain is sporadic, and it's hard for me to focus. Which is kind of funny because Brad and I had this conversation. I don't know. We've had it a couple times, but of whenever I have a thought in my head, I like immediately like say it.
Yep.
Like I'm asking him the question. I'm telling him like that thought, and he's like busy doing other things. His mind's in a obviously totally different spot.
Yep.
And it can be like super random. It could be serious, whatever. And I just like, it comes to my head. I'm like, boom, I say it. And he's like, you just say what's ever on your mind, right? Like you have to say it right then. I'm like, yes, because then like I'll forget about it later.
I'll lose it.
And he was like, write it down. Let's talk about it later. Like, because it's like he'll be like studying, and then I'm like, I go and ask him that, and then I'm like, dang it, I should have just kept it to myself because it's not worth.
So out of those two things, so what's something you do? I mean, other than that, it's like what's something that you do that annoys Brad? Like probably you think that's like the top thing. I know there's probably a long list.
Yeah.
Knowing Brad.
Just man.
Pick one off that you think is probably towards the top.
That's
we all know
hard.
his loud chewing annoys you, so we got that part.
But that's just
no, I know.
With everyone.
Right. That's a usual thing. That's not just between you two.
Yeah. I would say maybe like one of the oh gosh, it's hard to like narrow it down.
Here, I got a question for you that
Okay.
I've actually always wondered. Does your level of like life documentation through social media, does that drive him nuts? Because I know like I know what it takes. You know what I mean? The pictures, the videos, all those things, and there's so much of it that gets recorded and put out there. You know,
it's a good question.
How does he feel about that?
So,
because Brad doesn't strike me as one of those.
I mean,
he's not a big sharer.
He has 3 photos now on his Instagram.
Yes, one of those is inspired by me.
Yeah. So I will say from the very start of our relationship, it was kind of a rule that we both made that when we are spending time together, phones get put away.
Yeah.
You know, like we're not having our faces buried in our phones kind of thing. So I will say that. However, I just told him, I tell him this all the time. I'm like, look, if there's a special event, if we're doing something, like I want to document it so that way years down the road, we have all of these photos to look back on the memories. And right now you'll probably be irritated with how many photos I'm taking. Yep. But like later on when you've forgotten those little memories, we have pictures to document it.
Yeah. No.
Videos to document it because you forget things. You just do.
Yeah, that's life.
So I told him before we left on our honeymoon, I was like, listen,
this is gonna happen.
This is like, I'm going to be taking so many like videos and pictures because I just like want to remember all of that.
Yep.
Right? Like that's why we hired a photographer and a videographer for our wedding, because there's just so like there's
Yep.
life happens. So sometimes I will say, he's like, do you really have to take another picture? And I'm like, yeah,
Please.
sorry. But I will say he's rather gracious.
Yeah, I don't want to
about
make
it.
him sound like a total prude because
No.
I know he's pretty cool about most things,
Yeah.
but I just wondered.
But I will say one of the biggest differences there is he's a lot more like private on things. Like he would just, I mean, he would just rather keep things to himself or whatever, or like just with us.
Yep.
And I am like, share everything.
Right? Hey, what do you think of this?
So yeah, pretty much. So
I get it. But it's part of, for both you and I, it's part of our personal brand.
Right.
That's what we do.
Yep.
So
yeah.
and Audrey and I are the same way. She's she doesn't post very often.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And then, so I would say one of like the more surface level-y, not really deep things that are different between us or that he gets irritated by. One I would say is, like dishes. That's probably been one of our like biggest things. Like,
Yeah,
or
right.
like the kitchen just in general.
yeah, just the kitchen.
Yeah, he like wants all the dishes like cleaned, put away, like dried, put away, no dishes out on the counter. Like he would rather like wash all of them rather than putting them in the dishwasher. I'm like, like that's what a dishwasher's for.
Right.
Just
We
put
have
it in
one. Use
there.
it.
And also with the refrigerator, like he constantly wants to like clean things out of there, which I'm not saying like I hoard food,
Yeah.
but I'm not as like anal about it,
Yep.
I guess.
Yep.
That, and then whenever I do laundry, like, we have things that like we have to hang up, so they have to like dry, and sometimes laundry gets spread out over like 2 to 3 days rather than getting it done in the one day. And he's
Right.
like, are you going to finish laundry in this lifetime or what? It's like by the time like you finish laundry, it's like time to do laundry again. I'm like, shut up. So I've been getting better about it.
Gosh, you better get used to that.
Yeah.
Wait till you have kids.
Oh my gosh.
Then it's never ending. There
I
is no
know.
done.
No. So those are probably like little things
Yeah.
that he's irritated by
Yeah, those are
with
pretty
me.
usual things.
Yeah.
That's Brad and I.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty
so
much.
funny.
Just like clean freak.
Yeah,
Really.
clean freak. Yeah, that's exactly it. Gosh.
Yeah. Love him though.
Well, thanks to everybody who answered Liv's questions.
Yeah.
And let us put some stuff out there.
Appreciate
So
it. Appreciate it.
We like your feedback.
Yeah.
And that's so funny. There's so many relatable things. Like a lot of times you think that like, oh, there's only one, there's like, I'm the only one that has to deal with this. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh no.
No.
It is a lot of these issues are so common,
Yes.
And
Yeah.
especially because most people, if that opposites attract, I think that's a legitimate thing.
for sure.
And it totally happens. Because we can
Even though like you like so, yeah. Oh my gosh. And
I know you and Brad
in
are the same way.
so many ways.
But it's great.
It is.
Makes life fun.
It does.
You know?
Because if you're with like someone who's like you wouldn't have any like challenges or
Yeah.
be pushed in any way. And he challenges me and pushes me in a good way
Yep.
all the time.
Yeah.
Which
that's
I
what it should be.
appreciate. But I think, with like those annoyances or things that like bother you, I'm always telling him like, like those things don't bother me and I don't ever like they don't irritate me.
Mm-hmm.
But if they bother you, let's talk about it.
Right.
Like let's just hash it
upfront.
out. And if there's something that you have like a particular way of doing things or you want it to like whatever. So
Yeah.
that's been like one of our
Yep.
our biggest things is like just communicating like, look.
Well, you guys haven't been married for a year yet. I mean, you guys are coming
haven't.
up on that, but still, I mean, gosh,
Yeah. Yep.
still in the thick of it.
Oh yeah. Still learning. It's great. It is.
Wouldn't trade it. I get it.
No.
I'm not even saying that. I'm not even saying it's a bad thing. It's just, I know you're in the thick of it.
have a receipt, return him,
Right.
take him back.
Hey, sorry, I'm done with this.
Yeah. Actually, you're like super anal about things. I just can't.
Yeah, but you knew what you were getting into.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we all knew what she was getting into.
Yes. All right, so we've got some he versus she
Yeah, speaking
topics.
of dudes and chicks and differences.
So
let's see what you got.
We've got a couple different topics here.
Yeah.
So we're just going to kind of roll through them quickly and see what...
Yeah, we'll see what sticks and what doesn't.
What we have, in contrast or comparing. I don't know.
Hopefully there's some contrast.
Yeah. This is hard, though, because...
I know.
You and I are alike in a lot of ways, but so like some of the topics that I was looking at for he versus she, I'm like, no, like we both like to like do certain like shopping or like social media. I don't know. Things
I get
that.
it. There's a lot of things. How do I put this? There's a lot of things that I do that are not like that just fall into the man category.
Yes.
And that's just all there is to it. And I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
It's just who I am.
Well, it was really funny because a lot of them had to do with like cleaning up after yourself, like in the kitchen or the bathroom or your laundry or blah, blah, blah. And it was really funny because I was like, these are literally like you and Brad are a lot alike in that way of like, you're not like dirty, gross guys. You know what I mean? Like it's just.
Oh yeah. And it's those dudes are hard for me to even hang out with. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Take care of yourself.
That's how you and Brad bonded.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. And I get it honest. My dad's the same way.
We've got some funny ones here. What do you feel about chapstick?
Chapstick. Okay. I have a very interesting, I was just talking about this with Audrey because that woman has like 5 chapsticks and it's always chapstick. And I'm like, so my view on chapstick.
But I want a view for your use.
Yeah. No, I think in general, I'm talking about dudes.
Okay.
No.
Why?
It's way too close to lipstick or like
What?
lip gloss or whatever. And I know I knew you were going to be like this, but I have this thing. It's like weird. You're still putting something on your lips.
Yeah, but your lips are skin.
I understand that, but you don't put lotion on 20 times a day. I'm just saying like Levi, he wears chapstick and he'll put it on as much as Audrey does during the day. And it's always like, and I'm sorry, but it makes your lips shiny.
He want them smooth, kissable lips.
Okay,
man.
but my lips are like that naturally. I'm just saying, I'm just being honest. Okay. I'm just being honest here. We're just having this conversation.
Sure.
I don't normally have a
crusty lip situation.
Crusty lip situation. I was going to say crusty. I was trying to find the word, right? What's the right adjective?
Crispy.
Crispy lips. I don't have crispy lip syndrome.
Ew.
So I don't know. When I see like a dude putting on chapstick, it kind of gives me like a weird feeling. It's just, and again, I'm just being honest here.
That's really funny because
so I think it's weird. And I if it didn't exist, I'd be okay.
That's weird to me because my dad uses chapstick. My brother-in-law uses chapstick. Brad uses chapstick.
Which brother-in-law are you talking about?
Nate.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
No hate. Just saying.
Yeah. I mean, got to keep those lips hydrated, man.
But see, that's what I also think. I'm like, what is it the excessive use of chapstick that becomes the need for it? Because I'm saying, what is the difference? Why is it that? And I'm not saying that it's always the case, but there might be like 2 or 3 times a year that I might actually need it.
Sure. I can't speak for my dad or my brother-in-law and their use, but I know with Brad, like he'll use it when like in the winter or like when you're sick and you're like your lips are just like so dry and on fire. It's just like you can't avoid it.
Yeah, that's weird. I'm just saying like I don't normally like it's never gotten to that point where I'm going, I gotta put something on him because I'm gonna die. You know what I mean? So I guess maybe my problem is I can't relate.
Can't relate. All right.
So
here's a big one.
Okay.
That is girls versus guys.
I'm gonna flip my list over so that I don't see these that way.
Oh.
It's like a shot out of a cannon.
Okay. I feel like I'm running the show today.
Kind of. That's okay.
My mug says queen of everything. So
she's the queen of everything today.
You know what's up.
Very well timed sip.
Thank you. Okay. This is a big thing I feel like with girls is social media comparison. Mm-hmm. I want to see what your thoughts are and then I will give you mine.
So what are you saying? I guess maybe give me some context here.
So
because This could go multiple different ways. So
Okay.
you're telling me in what way?
Okay,
What
so
context are
maybe
we
I'll
talking?
start this. So
That's fine.
I feel like with a lot of girls, they follow people and compare their lives with what they're seeing on social media. So like, I wish I had that girl's outfit or that girl's house or those cars or those perfect children or that perfectly Pinterest looking living room, or I wish I was on those vacations, and almost like compare in an unhealthy way.
Yeah.
I will say for myself real quick,
Yeah.
that's not me.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't want that to sound like boastful.
No, I get it.
But like, I don't ever look at someone's page and be like envious to a point that it's almost sinful.
Yeah.
Like,
or
I'm just
unhealthy.
like, yeah, like, good for you. Like, I love that top, or I wish I was on that vacation, but like, good for you kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, everyone's on their own journey.
Yeah.
No one's journey is the same. But I do feel like it's more common with girls to compare themselves to what they see on social media.
Yeah.
Give me the guys' input.
I'm actually
here.
probably on the same page as you, which I think is guys anyways. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of times where like, you know, I mean, it's hard for a guy like myself, like with like fashion and stuff, because like it's kind of weird to ask about. And it's not something I'm really going to sit down and put a lot of effort into. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of effort.
Yeah.
So like I follow a lot of different like pages that post, you know, pictures of different outfits. Like obviously like guys are wearing them, right? Like different haircuts and stuff like that, just to try to
For
stay
like
relevant.
inspiration?
Just to try to stay relevant to a certain degree, you know, because things change.
Right.
And, you know, my work is one of those things where I have to be presentable, and
Sure.
you know, I like to be current and relevant when it comes to fashion and things like that, just because like it's people notice that stuff. There are certain people who have said things to me like, you dress nicely.
Yeah.
And it's current. Like, I'm like, thanks. Like I try a little bit, because I
Right.
didn't used to try.
Yeah.
And I still don't put a lot of effort into it, but social media has made it easy because I can just see some things and go, oh, I like that.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I'm very individualistic, because, you know, I'll be like, whatever. Even if that's a style,
Yeah.
that's weird and I'm out.
Yeah.
But
I get it.
it's definitely never like, oh man, like that dude's got this, or like, you know, man, that, you know, my whole thing is I admire what people might have or they might do, or the achievements that they have in a healthy manner. You know, like, man, that's pretty cool. Like maybe one day I could achieve something
Right.
along the same lines. Like good, like you said, like good for you.
Yeah.
And most of the time what I'm doing is trying to find like inspiration or something
Yeah.
like that. Like I might see a page and be like, you know, their pictures are really nice. Like maybe how are they getting that look? What are they posting about? Like little things like that.
Yeah. I use it as inspiration more than anything.
Yeah.
Really.
Like it's good to see what other people are trying, and especially because all you have to do is look at a follower count and you know something's working. Mm-hmm. And so it's interesting to see, you know, how do you get to that level? What is it that you have to post?
Yeah.
And it's really just, it's another learning process, because it's something that you and I are interested in. So when it's like studying your craft.
Right.
You don't really read a book. You have to like see what influencers are doing.
Sure.
And like
Yeah.
figure out what's working and what's not.
Yep.
So it's really what it's a tool. I think
Yeah.
probably the same for you. It's a tool more than anything. It's not really like a lifestyle thing. It's a tool.
Yeah.
And I have fun with it too. I mean, I love it probably a lot. I mean, I probably post more than any other friend of mine that's a dude.
Yeah.
And it's just because not only the business, but I just enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, and I think we've touched on this before, is like, that's just like my creative outlet.
Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah, it is.
Make something, put it out there. You get feedback instantly. I mean, that stuff didn't exist.
Right.
So it's beautiful. I mean, I posted that video recently, and some of my film friends, you know, they'll get back to me and go, hey, I really like that.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe it wasn't that great. So at the end of the day, you know, you go, okay, well, maybe I got some good feedback, try some things.
Sure.
Something's working.
Yeah. Well, and I think the other thing of it with social media is, for me, I really like it because it's like like an album of your life.
Yeah, which is super cool.
So you get to look back and see what you were doing on this day 6 years ago or whatever. And sometimes 6 years ago is cringy.
Yes.
Looking back, you're like, oh
It's so fast.
my gosh. But it's also cool because you can scroll back to the beginning of my Instagram and just see like the growth of
It's awesome.
like the quality of photo and just like how I've kind of made my own feel, I guess,
style.
look to it.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot of fun.
yeah.
So
All right,
we got
cool.
deep into that one.
We did.
But you can tell we're passionate about that. So
This one's funny because I feel like this is
we got.
so with colors, it is pretty stereotypical that girls don't just say like that's a pink shirt. Like you're like, that's a light pink shirt, fuchsia, magenta, I don't know, things like that.
Yes,
Or like
yes.
green, that's seafoam, that's lime, it's teal.
I actually fall right into this one.
What?
I am that typical dude. Like that's
Do
a
you?
red shirt, and I'll just like, no, that's. I can't even come up with an example because I don't.
Tomato.
Care. Right? I don't. It's a tomato.
Yeah, it's like a red orange.
Which is funny too because I do so much graphic design.
Right.
But I am not one of those people like I'll remember a hex code before I tell you what freaking tomato, Although the one I do use for whatever reason, because it's like that, like coral and salmon, like those kind of colors, like I have used those more often lately because sometimes it's just very distinctive. But I'm telling you, if you're going to hold two blue shirts up next to one another, they're blue. That's me. That's just me. You know what I mean?
So it's.
But there is a difference. There is a navy and there is a blue.
Yeah.
I know that.
And like a royal blue.
See, now you're
The
getting
sky
out of
blue. Periwinkle. he's uncomfortable. So many colors.
Yes.
It's actually kind of funny. So for every Easter, which by the time you guys are listening to this,
It would have come and gone.
it was, already here and gone. That's what you just said.
Yeah, it is. But that's okay.
My family, we coordinate, like my entire family, siblings, spouses,
Yeah, sounds about
nieces,
right.
nephews, coordinate our colors because we always get together on Easter. And so then we just take a big group photo and we all look color coordinated. I'm sure this will surprise you, but that was my idea years ago.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Right. Mine and my older sister Erica, but her and I are alike in those ways. But anyway, it's funny because we pick a wide color range so that way we're not all wearing like the same color, but we kind of like coordinate with all of these colors together. And so sometimes we have to like really specify like what color we're talking about because some people are like, what color is that?
Yep.
This year is pretty basic though. We're doing blush, which that's
so basic.
a
right?
range
Blush.
of pink, olive, navy, tan, gray, and like cream.
Pass.
So that's
Like,
Brad.
hard pass.
That is so Brad though. He's like,
Yeah,
I don't know, like
I'm sure the nice thing
I
about
don't
being
care.
Brad though is he's
I
just
just
like,
pick it out.
Yeah, he's just like, hook me up.
Yeah,
Right?
he
I'd be
doesn't
like,
care.
whatever.
he's so funny though. Anyway, so colors. That's a
you
good
go.
one. This one I thought was different. So do you use emojis often in your text messages?
I do. Yes.
Okay.
I didn't used to, but I do.
I use them all the time.
Yeah. The funny thing is I started using emojis when Audrey and I started talking
Oh.
because it was just a easier way to convey
Yeah.
emotion, because
I
like,
agree.
I feel like now especially like it's just even weird if I end a sentence with like a period.
Yeah.
It just makes you feel like you're like, that's that.
Like you're
like, yep. You know what I mean? Without like a little
Little,
whatever smiley face or
emoticon. Yeah. So
it helps because texts are so emotionless.
it's true
and
because
it's
you don't know the
scary.
people's faces. You don't know
Yeah.
how like they're coming across,
It makes
their
it a lot easier.
tone. It's true.
It changes the whole tone. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So it's funny. I always use emojis, and in
ma'am.
my captions on social media, like I always use emojis. Brad does not.
Yeah.
Like he hardly ever uses emojis. So I don't know if that was like a guys versus girl thing.
I don't know because I'm gonna say like a lot of my guy friends we all use
You do?
emojis. Yeah.
Okay.
Because again, it's an easier
Maybe
sometimes
it's just a Brad thing.
a thumbs up or
Sure.
whatever, like it makes it so much easier.
Yeah. So since
Or
we're
smile
talking,
or a crying, laughing face. Like I know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
Done. And I
Yeah.
think everybody gets that except Brad.
so speaking of, except Brad. So speaking of texting, really quick,
Yeah.
are you upset when someone just responds K?
Oh, for sure. I feel like if you just respond K, like you're mad at
Now
me.
you're mad. What did I
Something's wrong.
do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Kate, on the other hand, if it's one, it's bad. If it's multiple, it's good.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Like I'll respond to Lauren and be like KK.
Yeah. You know that's okay.
Yeah.
Like it's just a quick way of,
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same. It's just your version of okay.
Yep.
And most of the time I'm using like voice to text. And so it's like OKAY,
Yeah.
which that's normally. But the other cool thing about like Android on the Messenger is it gives you presets. Mm-hmm. So like it learns kind of your formatting and like
So
your
does
texting.
iPhone.
And so like without even typing anything in. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like it's just there. Like
Yeah.
if somebody says, hey, let's meet tonight at 5 p.m. before I even put anything
Yeah.
into the field, it'll say
It's
like, okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes they'll even throw in an emoji
Okay.
and it learns you over time.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I'll hit that button and that's when it's correctly spelled, which I try to anyways. But like if it's like, okay, like, I'm either talking to it or
Yeah.
I hit the button.
Cool.
I'll preset on y'all.
Reset. All right, let's
do
do
one
some.
more.
Let's do some rapid fire.
Oh,
on
yeah,
these
that's fine.
Really
Yeah.
quick. So this one's probably pretty basic. Packing for trips.
Oh yeah, easy. I'm a very light packer.
Okay. Yeah.
I got my first duffel bag last year. I would always just pack a little backpack and make it work.
No, not me.
Yeah.
We were shocked by this though.
Yeah. No, not at all. I mean, that makes total sense.
Yeah, I pack.
I'd rather
Even
pack
for a 3-day trip, I pack like I'm gone for like 3 weeks. It's bad. Okay, this one's funny. Your computer desktop / internet tabs. Do you keep it very clean? And like, does it stress you out to have multiple tabs open on your browser?
It would have used to.
Okay.
It's a little different now. With work, it has switched me a little bit. Don't get me wrong. I see people's computers and like icons. Every inch of their desktop is full of icons. And I'm like,
Does that stress you out a little?
oh my gosh, it just gave me an anxiety attack. Like I'm like, I can't use your computer. This is too much. All of my stuff is very like, if I put anything on the desktop, which I'll do now, I didn't ever used to. I liked my desktop to be completely clean, nothing. And now I'll put a couple things there in different sections of the desktop so that I know like that cluster is for this. Like this cluster is a recent purchase agreement, or offer I just sent it.
Yeah.
Or this is a video project I'm working on. Here's the files. And I'll keep them in different, but when I'm done, they get deleted, they get moved somewhere else,
Yeah.
they get sorted. And I go through my computer once a week and delete files that don't need to be there. Like I clean it out. It's like a file drawer, right? And I just go through it and make sure it's organized.
Oh, that's great.
And I'm
yeah.
huge on like, I don't know about you, but I have like files on files on files, like folders. Like folder says 2019.
Yep.
And then it's like, girls. And then I click into that and it's like different events.
Yep. Yep.
So that everything is like super organized.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of tabs.
Mine wasn't. Like my computer was a mess. And Brad was like,
That doesn't surprise me.
Yo, let's fix this.
Like, please.
And I was like, yeah. Like it's like one of those things where it's like your email inbox. Once it's so full, it's just kind of like,
Yeah, you're done.
I
get it.
can't, like, I don't want to do this.
Do you leave unread messages in your inbox?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
But like unimportant ones.
I can't even look at you.
I get so many emails. I have
I get it, but
thousands
I understand.
unread.
I have 3 or 4 accounts, but I'll go through
So
every one of them
bad.
every day and make sure that everything's read, marked read at least. And then I'll just be like done because it cannot have a
I
read
know.
count.
Here's the thing. I tried to like go through it like, all right, Liv, like you're going to do this. You're going to clean it out. And then I couldn't do it.
Well, on
I got
Gmail-
too far in and I was like, I'm going to be here for hours.
The hard thing about Gmail is they only show you like 52,
50.
50 messages per page, which makes it hard.
Yes.
I understand that.
And you can't select all of them.
I
You
know.
have to select just the 50. I'm like, I have thousands. I
Yeah.
will be here for no. I
If you
can't do
could
it.
just hit the
Can't do
unread
it.
button and it clicked all those, you'd be like, I'm done.
Done. Yeah, no. Okay. This one's probably what?
Before you stop with this real fast, a little tip.
Okay.
On Chrome, do you use Chrome or Safari?
I always use Chrome.
Thank you. So if you use Chrome, if you have something that you use all the time, like every time you go on, you go to Gmail. Every time you go on, you do this. You can actually right-click the tab and hit Pin Tab, and it makes it a little smaller tab that pins it to the top left-hand corner, and they're always open. Every time you open up the Chrome browser, they're there.
Oh.
So I have like my news feed, like our podcast, analytics, my music, all the little things I use on a daily basis.
So I know that like whenever I open up Google, it has like your most like recent things like at the bottom. So I just use that and I just click on it.
Yeah, just the nice thing is this is already there and loaded. So like when you pull it up, it automatically loads all those tabs.
Of them.
So then you're done.
Good to know.
So tidbit for everybody. Pin tab.
That was not rapid fire.
I know, I'm sorry. That's okay.
No, it's okay. Okay. Keeping your car clean. I feel like I already probably know this.
You already know what
guys are more than likely. Guys are freaks about keeping their cars clean.
Yes.
Girls are not.
I have lightened up because my children have made me that way.
And I've gotten better.
Because it is difficult. One time, you let them eat something in there one time, you're going to go, okay.
Yeah. And
the other thing is like my car is like over 10 years old and it has 170,000 miles on it. At this point, I'm kind of like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna, it's been through its paces. I've gotten my worth out of it. So like, if the girl spills something,
good stuff,
or whatever, crumbs get in the car, like it's all vacuumable. But it's okay. I worry less.
Yeah.
Now once I get another vehicle, it might get ramped back up again.
Yeah. Like a new car.
Bring it on.
Don't touch anything. All right.
You can throw one more out there.
All right, one more. Telling dreams. Is that something that like you want to tell Audrey, like I had this weird dream, or like tell people, and you like go into detail?
Oh, if I can, because a lot of times like I'll have a dream and I'll wake up and if I don't tell somebody in the first like 10 minutes,
then you
it's gone.
forget.
It's gone.
It's so weird.
But
right?
I love because sometimes you have that dream that you just gotta tell somebody.
You're like, that was the weirdest.
Obviously, there's some you don't tell, but
you
know what I mean. You're like, oh, I murdered someone last night.
Yeah.
Like, no, because the mind's a scary place. But like, no, I don't know. I don't mind it. It's funny. Like Kate's had so many weird, funny dreams.
Yeah.
Like we just enjoy telling and hearing.
I tell Brad my dreams, and some of them like, have you ever like had a dream that like you see so vividly in your mind, but you cannot describe it? Mm-hmm. That happens to me all the time. And so then I start describing it. And then as I'm like saying the words, like it just is not making sense, and he's not seeing the picture in my mind. And so he's just like looking at me confused, like, I don't get it. And I'm like,
it was a unicorn with a candy cane horn and it had cotton candy mane. And I was on a yellow brick road and it was made out of sandpaper.
And like you were there, but you also like, you weren't there. And I was there, but I was like looking at myself not being there. And he's like, what? Yeah. So I sometimes like don't tell him my dreams anymore because
you're like,
hard.
it's not even worth
Never
it.
mind.
Just you wake up, you're
you wouldn't understand.
Right? I'm out.
Understand me.
You want to hear some dream stories? Just ask Cade. I've never heard anybody have the weirdest, funniest, comical dreams in my entire life. That dude has had some weird dreams.
That's great.
But he would tell me dreams and I would cry laughing.
Oh.
Okay.
Man, that's good stuff.
Yeah. That's episode 8. I feel like that flew today.
Yeah, it did.
Dang.
I'm like, I feel like we have still some stuff to talk about, but
Yeah.
another day.
Another day, another dollar.
So
dollar bills. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Cole found us a joke.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have a quote of the day or a joke of the day.
Yeah, because I was gonna
he
pull
found
another
a good
quote.
one.
I was gonna pull another quote.
The
and
joke is funnier.
I was like, lame joke. I love it.
Yeah, this one's good. Go ahead.
Okay, so joke of the day is, why did the hipster burn his tongue?
Why?
Because he drank his coffee before it was cool.
That's good stuff. All right, fam. Well, thanks for listening to episode 8.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout for the giveaway.
Yeah, we hope you had a good Easter.
Yes. Remember, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
Forget YouTube.
Don't forget about YouTube. Subscribe. As well as leave us a review on, I know the Apple Podcast, you can leave a review.
True.
I don't know where else you can.
I think that's really the only one, to be honest with you. But that's okay. You could DM us.
Yes.
And we'd be happy to take it and post it or whatever.
And again, if you've got questions, topics you'd like us to talk about, serious, funny, we're about it.
All the above. We're hoping, seriously, I know we've talked about this multiple times. The other mic is coming soon. So
it's in the works.
It's in the works. So the guest thing is going to happen soon. So we're super, super excited about that.
We are.
Can't wait.
All right.
So thanks again for listening, everybody.
Peace out.
That's been episode 8.
Cheers.